Hi, my name is Shannon and I am 25 years old. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and this is my K-pop story. I got into Korean pop music in 2004 when my sister introduced me to Shinki. This was our first group that we both listened to together for a really long time, and the first song we listened to was Triangle. After that, my favorite song by Shinki turned into Hug, but we grew up with them. So every time they had a new release, we were really excited, and we looked forward to when they had their comebacks and their special stages at all the concerts. Leading from Shinki, I slowly got into Dana from Jihi the Grace. She was still a soloist when I originally actually started listening to her. So when Jihi got announced, I was really excited. It was something I could look forward to. Another group that I fell in love with right away was HOT, but by the time I got to them, clearly, they had already broken up. So unfortunately, I started collecting their solo albums because I find them to be very good individually just as they are together, and I have pretty much all of them. There are other groups that we listen to, and we grew up with these ones, so I always feel really sentimental when I get to listen to them again. They make me really warm. The other groups we listen to vary. There's from YG Entertainment. I don't know if you can see G-Dragon behind me. And then there's other groups such as the Wonder Girls and Lime. The very first group we really got into from the beginning was Jihi. Following that, we loved the tracks. And then we also fell in love with SHINee, but it took me a really long time to accept them because they were the first K-pop group that I ever met that had every single member younger than me in. I've had to grow up with that and get out of that phase. Currently we're obsessed with EXO together, and we're very happy about that. Through K-pop, I've made many friends along the way with similar interests. We get together every now and then to share our love in person, but most of them live other places. The first concert I ever went to that was K-pop was actually SM Town's first concert. I went because I was so excited that Ji was going to be there. We had taken a small hiatus from K-pop for that time before this happened, so going to this, it really renewed our love for their music. Seeing SHINee live is actually what kind of made me fall in love with them. Before then, I was trying really hard not to fall in love with them, but seeing them in person and how strong their stage performances were, I couldn't help it. And then after that, we were pretty much hooked right again. We were buying CDs left and right, and we were trying and waiting for next comebacks. We were really excited to listen to Hello when it came out. And then following that, we went to K-pop SM Town in New York, and that was really fun too. It was our first time in New York. We got to spend it with a lot of our friends, and we really loved the show. We got to sit in a special section, and they gave us free shirts that were adorable, and we were really happy. And my sister even got to touch Eunhyuk's hand, which was really exciting as well. The whole show was really great, and we've fallen in love with them over the years because of this, and the concerts just make them feel more real to us. So it was really exciting. We love when they come to America. And then following SM Town in New York, we came home to feel really sad because I couldn't go to K-Pop Masters, which was coming up, and that was in November. And I had to go. I decided I had to go, and in order to go, I had to actually trade in my DSi that I had bought that year, just so I had enough money to ride the bus there, because we live in Phoenix and K-Pop Masters that year was in Las Vegas. And as soon as I arrived to K-Pop Masters and I walked into the hotel, this group of girls just ran right beside me. And I remember something one of my friends had told me a few years back: when you see girls, follow them. And so I followed them, and they were walking with Lee Jun. And there was a very small group of us, so we actually got to walk with him. He was lost, and it was kind of funny, and I just remember that so much. I remember all of these little things so much. The following year, that was when EXO was announced, and we were really excited. We followed them. They're not them literally, but we followed them because we love them, and we started collecting their CDs and collecting their photo cards. It's the first actual album I bought multiple CDs for because I wanted to get all my biases, because there are a lot in EXO. When SM Town came around, we got to go with our friends again, and it was really exciting. And these are just some of the things that K-pop brings to me each year. When I get to see my friends and we all get to get together and we get to go and we get to cheer and chant and scream names, it's really exciting and I'm really happy about it. Because it was EXO's debut and I've been cheering for SHINee for 3 concerts now, I decided to make a sign. It was my first sign I actually made myself, and I was really excited because my friend made a matching one too for Chanyeol. And what we did was, when Jonghyun came out and he took his group photo, you can see us in it, and we were really excited about that too. And Chris smiled at me, so I was very happy. We attended last year's KCON, and I didn't get any signatures, but that's okay because I got a lot of attention from Luhan, and that makes up for a lot of things. And the whole show was wonderful, and again, I got to see my friends, who I only get to see when we go to these conventions, because there's not very many K-pop fans in Phoenix, a very small K-pop district, so it's really hard for me to get together with them, and these are those things that bring us together, and I look forward to them all year long. It's how K-pop influences me. Another thing about K-pop that influenced me a lot was I always knew I was going to get a tattoo, and when I did finally get my tattoo, I wanted it to be influenced with my love for K-pop, and I didn't even think about it when I read the article saying we want something interesting, show us something interesting. I didn't even think about my tattoo, it's the last thing I think about. But I love Alice in Wonderland, it's my childhood classic cartoon, it's the book and the movies and everything, and I just love it all together. So I knew I was going to get Alice in Wonderland as a tattoo, and I decided that I was going to use Korean idols for characters on the tattoo. And it was right when G-Dragon came out with Beautiful, or Your Butterfly, I started to say beautiful, I don't know. But he turned into my Mad Hatter, and then I have Cheon Sang Jihee's Nana as my beautiful Alice, and I really love my tattoo, and it's one of my favorite things to talk about when I see other K-pop fans. Unfortunately, I usually just have to say G-Dragon because no one really knows Donna as much as I do, but that's okay because I still think she's the most beautiful idol I've ever met in person. I met her in person. There's so many memories we have, like the very first SM Town concert we went to, we decided to wait outside the hotel. We had wrote cards and we had made gifts for SNSD and for Cheon Sang Jihee, and we actually managed to give them to them, and it was like the most amazing moment for us because it was that moment where we really got to connect with our favorite idols. And handing a gift bag to Sunday from Cheon Sang Jihee, it made me so happy inside. And I know my sister felt the same way when she got to give Jessica her handmade cards for all of SNSD. And so it's one of those things that I get to share this with my sister, and I get to have this in my life. Every day I listen to Korean music. I don't know why. I just sit on my computer, and when I'm sitting there, I'll be listening to Korean music or watching a music video or watching a drama, and it influences me every day. And my friends always ask me why, and I don't really know if I can answer why. I just always have loved Korean pop music for 10 years now. And the place where I watch Mnet America, unfortunately, because I can't watch it on my TV, I watch it on my computer, but I watch it very often because it has very many segments I like to watch, especially Jang. Anyways, thank you for your time, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.